I am not fashionably late, but pretty much right on time. It's amazing. It's 11:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. This is Bebé Lolita, Cigara Saint Cistar, Cigara and Tobacco Aficionado, living the lifestyle for 29 years, somewhere between saint and sinner. It is Vlogoween Eve. Those who are familiar with this channel, it is Vlogoween, Cigaraween, Halloween. And I'm glad that you're here. All new subscribers, welcome to the Tahdah Squadd. Thank you so much for subscribing. Those who've already subscribed to this channel, the first official YouTube channel, welcome to the live stream. Tahdah Squadd, stars and staros. And for those who are visiting and have not subscribed, welcome to the channel. I'm comfy and I'm cozy, and I have a beautiful cigar here. And I also have, from earlier videos, the Cadillac Indian Rose. This is non-tobacco snuff by Cadillac, and I'll just bring that closer. We're just going to ease into this vibe. So you can settle yourself, get your other stuff, and relax. Also, with this beautiful stick here, if anybody wants to chat, live chat is open, and I will answer questions accordingly. The stick that I have, the Stogie, because this is Cigaraween, Vlogoween, Halloween Eve. This is a very beautiful, classic cigar. I'll bring that a little closer. Those who are aficionados who have smoked this cigar or familiar with this cigar, you already know what this is. This is in the Maduro. I just absolutely love it. This is in the TORO. Tola. And this is Omar Ortez. This is a familiar cigar that has the 3 O's. It's just beautiful. It's not too veiny. A nice sheen to it. I've already cut the cigar. And this is the foot. This is the head. For those who are enthusiasts or newbies or aficionados who've already been on the scene for quite some time. And a lot of people save the labels and collect them. I'm going to set that right there. Now I'm using the gold tonight. It has a stopper right there so you don't accidentally hit the flame. But it has it's a different type of torch flame than my silver one if you've been following the platforms, because it gives a softer flame. And myself as aficionado, in my own point of view and in my experience, it doesn't work for everybody because everybody stores their cigars differently. I've had the Omar Ortez for a long while, resting in my humidor on a bed of Spanish cedar chips. And it's in the thermoelectric humidor, so, you know, it's at a nice temperature. I have a Boveda humidification pack at 62. My cigars do not like 69. They just dry them all up. And that's not because of me doing anything wrong. It's just that they like 62 because I have them in a thermoelectric humidor, which is like a wine chiller, and the cigars are not in cedar shelves. They're not on cedar trays like some of the thermoelectric humidors. Mine are in cigar boxes, the class. And so they're sitting in a boxed environment, which is Spanish cedar, sitting on top of Spanish cedar. Over that confusion. They're in a Spanish cedar cigar box, but they're laying on the bed of Spanish cedar wood chips. So they're nicely housed, so they're not getting that cool temperature onslaught. But I also have the Boveda humidification pack in there because it's a lot of cigars in each boxes, and you want to let them have the right humidification. So back to this beautiful stick, this beautiful Stogies cigar. I've had this for quite some time, so I don't want to use like the more vivid flame of my torch lighter. I want to use a more softer torch flame. So that's why I'm using the gold tonight. So I'm going to take the little holder off. And again, thank you so much for being here. I also have my fan. This one is older. I love the beautiful Spanish style fans. Even though it's very cool in here tonight. It has been such a humid day, but we are in Indian summer. So for this live stream, it's going to be pretty amazing. And I just want to thank everybody for locking in. And it is going to be a beautiful story time that we're going to have. And just to let you all know, for Vlogoween on the first official YouTube channel right here, it will consist of variations of things. But we're definitely going to do no less than 2 times a week until the end of October, no more than 3 here. On the second official YouTube channel, Cigar St. Cistar Live, we will do 2 times a week on location somewhere. So you can expect the road trips for Vlogoween on the second official YouTube channel, and a MOSAIC mixed bag right here, no more than 3 times, no less than 2. So if you have your cigars, if you are sisters and brothers of the leaf, go ahead and light it up. Or if you're enjoying it already, I'm about to light my cigar up. But I do need help. I need my goblets. Can somebody get my goblets? I love my goblet in the refrigerator. Can you get my goblet, please? And you can bring it to me off camera. I love my goblet. And we are live stream, so I just have a thing for antiques, stuff like that. And I have some beautiful goblets. And these I found, and they were like perfecto. And so I have my beautiful Sangria family recipe. And might as well do that one and have a bloody good time because it's so beautifully red. So we're going to have a bloody good time. So hold on. Let me get my goblet so we can start this story time off just right. Thank you. So, magically, this is my goblet. And I know a lot of people who have been following the channel, they've been seeing these. And it's nice and frozen. It's absolutely delicious. Ooh, I'm going to take a sip. That's delicious. That's absolutely delicious right there. I'm trying to tell y'all. So we're going to get started with me lighting up the cigar. Again, this is the Omar Ortez. Now, I do have a story time to share, and I mix it up. This is a Cigar Hollows story time. And I usually did my first story time on that one with friends. You know, a lot of us are creatives, and I do a lot of my Halloween, Cigaroween stuff off camera. Have a life off the YouTube. And a lot of us are writers, or some are not writers, but they're just very, you know, creative. So we did stories just off the top of our head, you know, and it's very cool to do that, you know, like freestyling. And this story I did with the Opus X by the Arturo Fuente family. Opus X is a beautiful cigar, and a lot more people adore it than not adore it. But I did a beautiful tale off that. So I'm going to do that same storyline with some variations, but we're going to use the Omar Ortez. So I'm going to take this off because you got to take this off to get it lit. And I already started my film footage for Vlogoween for October already. This will be saved. So now I have my ashtray right here. This was given to me as a gift, and it does have a cutter, but I didn't use the cutter. I'm sure a lot of aficionados have seen this when they got different variations, but it has the cigar holder right here, and the ashtray, of course, and then it has the cutter. And some of them have like a punch, but this one sadly does not. But I do have punches if that's how you want to cut your cigar. It depends on the vitola that you want to cut it. But if you look in there, I have beautiful snuff. And this is by Fribourg and Treyer. And I absolutely adore this snuff. It is French Carrotte. And that is tobacco. So we're going to light up, listen to some music, and then we're going to get into the story time and welcoming October in. October is a very special month for me because a lot of loved ones are born in October, including my mom. And myself being a woman of color and also of Cubana. My mother is born October 21st, and she shares the same birthday as Celia Cruz. Like, come on. Destiny. So we're going to have a good time. Oh, that you have your cigars. We're just going to ease on into this. And welcome to Vlogoween Eve. And it's going to be a few more minutes before it is Vlogoween. So I'm going to light this up with some music. Welcome to Vlogoween Eve with me, Cigar Saint Sister, Bebé, Lolita. what you call toasting the cigar. If they've been kept for quite some time, you want to just watch it very carefully. Really baby the ones that have been sitting for a long time. That's why I use the softer flame of this torch. Matches would be good. When I'm doing this, rotating the cigar to make sure it tries to be evenly burned. You can rotate it that way with the flame and then rotate it with your hands. It's a back and forth motion. Or you can hold the stick, the stogie, the cigar still and rotate the flame like this. I'm rotating it. The notes come straight at you. Beautiful. Beautiful tobacco essence. Not even on the finish, but right with that first inhale. Taking it through my nose. And through the mouth, black pepper. On the finish. And that's an eye opener too, so I love that. Black pepper, a nice white pepper, beautiful tobacco, and this is what you call the first third of the cigar, the beginning, and the middle will be the second third, and the last will be the last third. Now for this, we're going to keep going with some great music. And this is called Paranormal. The other one was Silent Partner. This is beautiful. That pepper would not let up, and I do love that. But smoking these, especially in the whole Maduro vibe, it will start getting in that cocoa finish and that coffee, that bits of chocolate. It will release some of that pepper and give some of the cream. I'm going to take a few pinches of the French Carrotte Nasal Snuff by Fribourg and Treyer. And you call this like running barefoot in your snuff. Like nobody uses this but you for sanitary purposes. So my hand is all dusty and chocolatey. Moisten it up. And it's fresh. I do have a handkerchief tonight too. It's very beautiful. It has a beautiful tobacco finish with the nasal snuff by Fribourg and Treyer. It's called French Carrotte. Just exquisitely done. It has a nice floral essence, but not super florally. Super floral, you know. So right now we're chilling here, and then we're going to get into this story time. The pepper is eased back a bit, but it's still there. And the ash is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to have a little bit more of the sangria. So before we get into one of the story times, I want to kind of set this up. So I hope that you all are comfy and cozy, because I'm comfy and cozy and I want you to feel that way too. Fall season is just one of those comfortable, cozy vibrations, the seasons. So much to explore from the fall foliage after you get through ending summer, and you can just have all the beautiful experiences of a fall brisk walk. You can go to the mountains. You can even go to the beach. A lot of people love going to the beach all season. And that's me. Voila. And you can just do whatever you want to do. A lot of people, they go pick pumpkins, carving pumpkins, and they have just a really good time for the fall season. You can make delicious savory dishes, sweet dishes. People tend to pack the pounds on just a little bit. Comforting. And it's also snuggle cuddle season for a lot of people. You can pick beautiful apples, whatever is in season. There are a lot of like great places to go to. So between Vlogoween, you can expect me to take you to some of those places, and that's where like some of those road trips will be. But for the story time, to set this up, I think we can get into it now, because we're almost at midnight. There was this goddess, and she loved her cigars. She was one of the most beautiful goddesses in her lands. But of course there were others that rivaled too. It was just a place where beauty and serenity resided. But this goddess had a love for cigars. But it was a particular cigar that would give her her beauty. It had beautiful essences of magical power. But she could only get it from this blender. She was a blender of beauty. And she had a lot of the cigars. But through the haze of her vanity, those cigars would keep her forever young. But she violated the code of the mistress, the blender of this magical cigar. The violation was that you never tell while you do not age. And the lands are so vast, like vast. You don't stay one place. You move about because you're ageless, immortal, beautifully immortal. After decades upon decades of moving about vast lands with the precious magical blended cigars by the cigar goddess of blenders, a beautiful goddess that no longer wanted to live this earthly plane. She wanted to move on to a very high realm. She was done. And she thought that this beauty, this goddess, would have respect for just that one request, that you never tell the secret. She became very fond of a suitor, and in beautiful bliss, just overwhelmed and fascinated, bewildered, beguiled in the afterglow of their love making. She told him of her secret that she was to never tell, of her youth and her beauty. She stayed too long with him. She did not move about. As he aged, she just could not bring herself to leave him. She loved him through his aging, but still, the goddess blender that gave her those magical cigars put upon her the curse that she would age slowly and slowly. So she struck back. How dare you? Love conquers all. I love him to the death. Doesn't that count for anything? And the blender goddess said, it does not. It does not count for anything. You are to be a keeper of your word. So you shall age. And I will take him quicker than he is expected to be taken. And poof, she took him. Well, the beautiful goddess that was aging very slowly, she was upset. And she cried out to another, a darker spirit, who lurked in the shadows in the back, just waiting. I will give you your beauty back. But for every line that I correct and aging against this other powerful blender, you must give me something. You must take from others. You must become dark. And every time she casts you with the age, I will uncast it. You will be more beautiful, but the heart and the spirit will be darker. Like many people so vain and angry, she gave in. She accepted the darkness. So she would do things that she didn't want to do. And her portrait that she so loved all through her homes, through the vast lands with the good goddess, they would become dark. It still was a reminder of what can be. So every time she took a stick from the dark goddess to become youthful, the pictures would age. She became dark. Nothing was as beautiful as it was before. That's the trade-off. And the cigars wasn't as beautiful as it was with the beautiful, good goddess blender. People began to see something wasn't quite right. She had her beauty, but she was now dark. And though she moved around, that is when the fables started. That is when the storytelling started. People of what she truly was, a dark, ugly soul. Everything that she came in contact with at some point would just be dark and withered and gloom. So the people, they wanted to get rid of her. And by doing so, in their own special way, never told, she was no longer to be seen anymore. But then she emerged, begging the good blending goddess to set her free from the grasp of the dark goddess. And the good goddess said, "Why, sure, I think that you've suffered enough." She went out from among her hiding place. And when she thought she would be beautiful, coming from the shadows of the hiding place, in this village where the fables were told, where they thought they had gotten rid of her and shunned her to no more, when she appeared ugly, horrifying, and they crisped her to the stake. And that good goddess would not let her die quickly. She burned, and she burned. And she suffered and she suffered until no more. Vanity does come at a cost. The end. So that was one of the stories where we all did our storytelling and everybody was just like, oh wow. So how did you like that? So now, let's talk about some things. What does that remind you of? Well, I'll tell you. If you're into storytelling and all of that, it reminds you of the portrait of Dorian Gray. Vanity. It has its price to pay. I love the story of Dorian Gray. It is quite the eye-opener. And if you were a fan of Penny Dreadful, they gave it a nice twist with the character Dorian Gray. And Oscar Wilde, I love that one too. I love the books, and I also love the film adaptations. Welcome to Vlogoween. It is official. Happy October the 1st. And we're going to go on with some more storytelling. I'm going to run my fingers barefoot through the snuff and have some more of this French Carrotte. Now there have been old wives' tales and legends, and we'll talk about some of them right now as we continue on with Stogies and storytelling for Vlogoween. And again, thank you for being here. This is a beautiful piece right here. It is The Young and Old, No Love. Very haunting, beautiful track. Now, some of the old wives' tales that have been passed down to me and some that I read, never split the pole. If you're walking with someone, everyone should go the same direction or you have bad luck. Do not walk under a ladder. Do not break a mirror. 7 years of bad luck. If no one is around and you hear your name called, do not answer. It could be someone from the other side. Have you ever experienced that you heard someone who's in the house with you, you were in the house with you or wherever you're at, and then you hear your name, or you thought you heard someone call you and you say, "Did you call me?" And if that person says, "No, I did not," could be someone from the other side. Gotta make sure hair stand up, right? And speaking of hair stand up, have you ever walked into a room and you felt like your hair stood up or goose pimples? Ugh. It could be a spirit in there. Have you ever heard a knock at your door? And you go there sounds there? Could that be your imagination? Or could that be a spirit for a visitor to come? A lot of people have experienced that. I've even read, but never experienced. The phone rings, and you pick up, and you hear faintly a familiar voice on the other end. It doesn't come in real clear, but it is someone that you know has passed on. That would freak me out. I'll let you know right now. Never happened to me. Never. Never. They say that on Halloween Eve that you should throw salt on the outside of your door so that the witch will not come in and must count all of the tiny grains of salt. So if you put enough out there, they won't finish, Halloween be over, and then they can't enter. I'm not going to try that, but you never know what some people may try. You just don't know. Different old wives' tales in different locales. Some believe and some don't. $11:11. People make great wishes for them. They're called angel numbers. 11:11 a.m., 11:11 p.m. Wish something great. Not only for yourself, but for others. Good karma. The 11:11, some say, is a master number. And it's a beautiful number. It could be 22, 22, 11. Those are some of the master numbers. Some people look them up for numerology. There's just so much out there. To believe or not to believe, that is the question. That's for everyone to answer for themselves. I remember as a little girl, with my great-grandmother, many who follow my platforms, she lived until 109 years old. And I would sit with her and we would watch across the family lands, just the beauty of the beautiful clouds, and just listen to her talk about her time as a child. And here I was, the great-granddaughter, and the first great-granddaughter on that side of the family, which is the maternal side. And we were looking across the land, just sitting there, beautiful day, and all of a sudden this dust, like a dust devil, if you ever heard of it, it's like this dust that twirls around like a little small tornado-ish type vibe. And she would say, those are dust devils. Those are the devil imps. And we must pray them away. So we would pray them away. And all of a sudden that dust devil would come close and then it would go away. And I, as a child of like young, I was like in awe. But a lot of the grandparents, they would talk about the fables and wisdom and stuff like that. And a lot of us would carry it with us. So that was quite the memory. And I was just like, oh my gosh, we prayed away a dust devil. Then on a lighter note, someone told me, I was 13, 14 in my early teen years, and we would have slumber parties with our girlfriends and stuff like that. And they said, like, if you have a necklace on, if ever the clasp meets around to the front, that means someone very close to you is thinking about you. See, that one wasn't so scary, okay? I'm not gonna like scare her and be cool. So I started thinking about that, and I still think about that sometimes when I have like different necklaces on. And if that clasp comes around, I just kind of watch and I say, wow, somebody is thinking about me. Usually it's like the opposite sex. That someone is thinking about you, and then it could be a loved one living or transition. And so I was like, wow. So sometimes I catch myself looking at the clasp and I'll be like, oh, okay. My great-grandmother would also talk about, you know, when they lived in the countryside, you know, back in the day, okay, born 1891, and you didn't have like a lot of lights out. They said that sometimes when they would do a lot of walking to the store in groups and stuff like that, and sometimes just sitting on the porch at their home at night, they would see these lights that would be on the street. But then if they were walking or someone else was walking or anything, it would never be anyone there. And they said that those were spirits, like light orbs and stuff like that. Crazy, right? And so we would just listen in awe. We just love to listen to her talk about these different beautiful facets of storytelling, and we would just be sitting there taking it all in. And it'd be so comical because my grandmother, which was my great-grandmother's daughter, my grandmother would be just over it. But what could she say? Like, she would just have to bear it and just let Granny talk about the different storytellings and stuff like that. My cousin Lolly, and a lot of people did the migration from the south to the north, and after leaving the south she would go to Chicago, and then from there she got married and she would go to Philadelphia, and then she retired and made her way back south, spent out the rest of her days, beautiful lady, and she would wear her hair up kind of like this. So shout out to Cousin Molly. And she told us a story too. I loved being around wisdom and older people, just listening to them tell the stories and stuff like that. And she said it was this guy, and he had a best friend, and they would walk the same path because, you know, they would go to the watering hole, which was like a bar or whatever, or sometimes they would walk that same path when they would get off work at night. And he got off work, and this particular time they didn't walk the path together, but he met his friend on the path, and he met him on the path, and they were walking and talking. And then when he got home, went home and he came in, they told him to have a seat. He was like, what's going on? And they told him that his friend had passed that morning. So who was he walking on the path with that night? He said it was his friend. Cousin Molly said, he was like, that is what happened. That was my friend. And they said, oh no, it probably was the one last walk because he had already passed away. I don't know. That would freak me out. But I remember her telling that story. And I was just like, wow. Ooh, let's have a drink on that one. Let's have another sip on that one. We're going into the second third of the cigar. And the pepper has eased off. And I'm tasting the beautiful coffee notes, the cocoa, a little bit of cream. That beautiful tobacco still lingers through there. And it has opened up very, very nicely. Let's put on some more music. I actually just love this. And we're going to put on some haunting music here. Let's see. Let's find something. Haunting and beautiful. I love a beautiful track, especially for Vlogoween. So, are you chilled? I tasted a beautiful floral. And sometimes the cigar, when you take that in, whatever it is, it's beautiful. The number 13. Do we dare go there? Friday the 13th, many people stay very cautious. If they don't have to go to work or anything like that, or if they do, they are cautious. Very cautious. I'm not gonna lie, I'm cautious too. But if you look around on an elevator, there is no 13th floor. If there was a 13th floor, would you dare even go there? And also, even if there isn't a 13th floor, many hotels do not have a room 13. Would you even want to stay in the room 13? But look at October 31st. Switch it around. Many people are very cautious about that too. The 31. So would you ever? Something to think about. If you look up 13, they have like so many verbiage out there about it. It's quite interesting. I also did a video about classical music, the symphonies. If you get to that certain number of the symphony, the composer, they soon depart from this world. They transition, they die, dead. Oof. And there are many accounts in the classical realms of those who make those symphonies, and many perished after that. Quite amazing. Some even tried to move around it, knew that they were creating a symphony, but called it something else, and they too soon departed. It's just amazing. And back to my great-grandmother, she would always say, the half has never been told. And that I do believe. There's so many wonders in the world that we would never unlock. And the ones that we do unlock, it's just been astounding to see many people talk about them and have experienced them. I myself have experienced things that are so unexplainable, seen things that have been so unexplainable, and a lot of other people too. And some people, they just usually keep it to themselves. They're just like, I just don't want to talk about it. I know I didn't experience what I experienced, you know. One big question that is always asked, are we alone? Is it just us as humans? in this great universe where so many planets are? Is it that we just can't see them or not supposed to?
Get YouTube Music Premium so you don't have to hear this ad or any others again. Free for 30 days and just $9.99 a month after. Cancel anytime. Restrictions
The
apply.
wonders of the world. For example, speaking of the universe, look at the planets that NASA has shown, and they're light years away, but they look so similar to this Earth out of all the other planets, but they're light years away. They can't get to them, we can't get to them, but they're seen. They show up, they appear. What is that about? I have my POV on that one. Religiously, spiritually, a heaven and a new earth. Are those the new earths? If you believe that we see them, we know about them, they reveal themselves, but we can never get to it because they're light years away. And are we only to get there only when we transition? I just love thinking about those things. If you also follow my platforms, I'm a sky watcher, stargazer, and I have these alerts on my phone. And it's always something happening in the sky, in the night sky, day sky, something happening all the time right now. And it's just amazing, the heavens, the Milky Way. I mean, it's always something that is happening. And I get those alerts, and it just amazes me about them. And I'm just like so in awe. Now me, I have like a steady hand knot. Some people, they can smoke a cigar and have that long ash, but I usually just kind of tap them off. This one is sturdy enough, but it has a pillowy effect to it. So I wouldn't chance it making it hold too long without tapping it off. This is a mark of a great cigar because I am doing deep pulls. But I don't have to do any retouches or relights. So I love this particular stick.
When I do me, I do it fine. I'm running circles, running a blink of an eye. Must be a crime.
Ortez. One of the biggest portals that you could ever have right at you is the mirror. There have been so many talks about the mirror. If you stare into the mirror too long. See, this goes back to like that vanity part. And I, for one, let me tell you about me. I could be doing my makeup art in the mirror, my hair, whatever. There's something in the back of my head that just says, don't stay in that mirror too long. Do what you gotta do and get up out of it. And if I have a hand mirror or anything like that, if I'm finished with it, I put it down. Because it is a belief for a lot of people that it is a portal for whatever to come through. And if you're so vain, something could shock you coming through. You know, these are the things that they talk about. I remember as a little girl with the nanas, I discovered the mirror, as young kids do. And this is not vanity, it's just that when you start seeing your reflection, even little babies, if you ever notice like a little baby when they see themselves in the mirror, they're in awe. They said the mirror is a portal and it's very powerful. So when I was little, I would just play in front of the mirror, making faces and all of that. And I guess I was too quiet for the nanas. And they came around and saw me just in the mirror. I mean, my head was in the mirror just looking. And, oh my God, they screamed their head off. They were just like, get out of that mirror before something jumps out and gets you. Telling a young child that, it did its effect. And I was just a bucket full of tears. But then still, the curiosity, I went back to the mirror. And then when I did go back, nobody had to tell me to get out the mirror because I just felt this eeriness. And I was like, let me get out of this mirror. Now, I always tell people also this. Have you ever wanted to see how you look to people who talk to you? Maybe you've never. I'm just one of those people who just thinks. So I was in the mirror, and I wasn't thinking that until after it happened. I was just in the mirror, and I was talking, to my girlfriend. We were teenagers, and getting my hair done in the mirror, and just talking to her. But I was in the mirror, talking to her on the bed or wherever she was. And then all of a sudden, it was just like, I saw how I looked when other people are talking to me. And that's an eerie feeling. So here's the thing. Nothing's going to jump out at you. Look in the mirror and just talk. Have a conversation. Just to yourself. I will say, in about a minute or less than a minute, just keep talking and looking in the mirror. And then you'll see that. And you will see yourself how other people see you when they're talking to you. Because when you're having a conversation with someone, you can't see that. But if you look in that mirror and you're just talking, just keep talking, random talking, and then it'll reveal itself. You'll be revealed of how other people see you when they're talking to you. It's the freakiest thing ever. Freakiest thing ever. So, I would implore you to try it just so you'll see. And then after that, get on out of that mirror. Don't stay in the mirror too long. But that's a good way if you want to see how you are when you're talking to other people. It's the eeriest thing. Because the mirror has so many things about it. Antique mirrors. I love antiques. But one thing, any antiques that I get, I always know that this was someone else's. And you don't know if that person was good spirit, bad spirit, in between. No matter if they're good, bad, in between, whatever. When you purchase any antique, you want to own it. So I would just say good vibes to that, and then that would be it. And a lot of antique people, they know, collectors and stuff like that, they know what I'm talking about. I mean, just anything. If you go to a thrift store to buy anything that is antique and that is not yours, initially new, not yours, you just want to make sure you clear the good vibrations with that. Burn some sage, say a nice ambiance of goodwill, and let it be yours. I was looking at, I follow Graveyard Girl here on YouTube, and she collects a lot of stuff, and she's talked about that, the encompassness of spirits that may have been a part of that particular object that she bought. And you just want to make sure that you give reverence to whoever it was. You don't even have to know their names, and you just want to put good vibes on that. And then I tell you, if it's bad vibes still with it, toss it, get it out of your home, your existence, and done with it. Be done with that. So I hope that you're having a good time. These are some things to think about. Just a lot of things. The wonders of the world. Also with mirrors, these portals, a lot of times when people pass, this is one of those old wives' tale and things that people do, traditional. They stop the clock of whatever time that person passes. There's a clock, and they cover all the mirrors in the home. They may open the door, open a window to release that person's spirit. So it's just a lot of things about the mirrors and the clocks and just all that stuff. Time, portals, all of that. So I think this was a very good story time here. And I thank you so much for locking in with me. Now, but I don't see you. But if you're locked into the channel, this video froze a few moments ago with me looking at myself when I'm really looking at whoever's viewing. You know, that's how it is as a filmmaker, vlogger. And it stopped a few minutes. I was just like, moving along, good vibes. Good vibes reside here. Moving along. Move it all the way along. So just want to let you know that it freezed up a little bit on me. I was just like, what are you doing? So we're going to go to some more music here. Remember I just said I didn't have to retouch this. It went cold on me. Vlogoween, and now I gotta retouch it. Okay. Mischievous spirit. Look at you. Making me eat my words and retouching this cigar. How dare you? We're having funners tonight. Really? I had to retouch it. Didn't I just say that I didn't have to retouch it? It's still a mark of a good cigar. This is Vlogoween, so anything can happen. Okay? Being a stargazer and looking in the skies and everything like that, I always have those alerts coming in on my phone. And I also love looking at the meteor showers when they do come. So there are a lot of great meteor showers that are to come. One of the good ones is for the month of October. We are at October 1st right now, everybody. So happy October 1st. They have the Orionids meteor shower that comes this month and actually peaks on my mom's birthday, October 21st, which is also the birthday of Celia Cruz. And I am the publisher and founder of 1021 Magazine, and I named the magazine after my mom, 1021, October 21st. And I always get to look at that meteor shower because we're always packing up and I'm whisking her away somewhere for her birthday. And it is just one of those magnificent, beautiful meteor showers. So if you haven't experienced any meteor showers, you just, if it's going to be clear skies, then you can see the meteor showers and the peakness of it. A lot of times they're showering like all that night, and there's always a falling star every night. But with the meteor showers on October 21st, when it peaks, it's just beautiful. Optimum time is really after midnight, where they really start zooming, and right before sunrise. So I always usually go out like about 12 midnight, and then the optimum time I'll come in if it's kind of brisk, and then I get the lawn chairs, and then we just look up in the sky, look to the east, and just see all this beautiful meteor showers that's just falling all around you, and it's so beautiful. Another good time to go out after midnight would also be like 3, 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3, 4, and it's just beautiful. There are other meteor showers that will be coming, one in December, which is going to be really, really good too. So if you are into that, of course, you know you're going to check it out, and if not, then that's a good time to just check it out and just see the beauty of this grand universe that we are living in. When it comes to movies for October, I get started on a lot of them. I go from classic to some of my faves, and I'll be talking about them on my social media platforms, and also here on this channel and on my second official YouTube channel. So I'll let you know what I'm going to be diving into, but I think I'll be switching it up from my nice lighthearted to gory and stuff like that. Me personally, I don't like the big cornball horror stuff that I find cornball. I'm not going to get into that tonight, but I do love the classic movie thrillers and horror suspenses that are black and white and have the lights and shadows, just really good storytelling, and I love that. I like that more than just all the CGI scripts and stuff like that. That is just so, you know, with its own vibe and stuff like that. Okay, so let's see if we can go to another vibe here. Happy Vlogoween, everybody.
Elsa, the past is not what it's...
Sit back and relax. If you're smoking your stogie, enjoy with me.
We lose ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose our sight and put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Yet we keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know.
The cigar is very relaxing. It does its job really, really good. So cheers to all the sisters and brothers in Lolita. Cheers to the Tahdah Squadd stars and stars. Thanks for visiting and subscribing.
In the spirit of things, we lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Yet we keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know.
That was beautiful. Now we got the last song for the evening, and I love this. And again, I want to just thank you once again for locking in. I hope you liked that story time. I thought it was really, really cool. And welcome to Vlogoween. Vlogoween has started all around the YouTube sphere, and I wish everyone who's participating for your channel to have a great Vlogoween. And make sure you lock into this channel for Vlogoween, the first official YouTube channel, and then the second official YouTube channel, Cigar St. Sister Live. Make sure you lock it into the platforms for Cigar St. Sister on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and right here on YouTube. We're going to have a blast. And then you can look at some of the Vlogoween from last year. Okay? So we're going to get into this beautiful last track, and then we're done for the live stream. I'm Bebé Lolita. Thanks for locking in. This has been the Omar Ortez beautiful cigar, and I will have some highlights all over my platforms about what happened tonight and for the recent visuals. This beautiful song that we're going to end it with, I love it, I love it, I love it. It's hauntingly beautiful. It's called Chasing Ghosts, the Eden Project, and it is just absolutely beautiful. So let's get into it. And thanks so much for locking in, everybody.
I just want you. I just want you. The words I never said but wanted to. I'm losing you. I'm losing you. Oh, but these thoughts won't let you go. They keep running back to you.
Chasing Ghost. Chasing Ghost.
I just want chasing starlight to find a start away. Breathe it in. It's just now. We're just falling, and we won't always free fall back to nothing. 'Cause I'm just starting to learn. I've always been
Chasing Ghost. Chasing Ghost. Ghost. Chasing Ghost. Are you chasing Ghost? Thank you so much for locking in. I had a great time. Welcome to Vlogoween, everybody. More to come. Make sure you check out this channel and the second official YouTube channel. I am in the very last third of this, and I'm going to enjoy the rest off camera. More to come, and happy, happy hollows.